In today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up, Mercury and mother turns daughter into a giant mech. Racism between races that can't even tell apart unless they know where they came from arises. Ghost children, my literal nightmare. And again, Mercury and mother manipulates daughter into exacting revenge? Oh god, this bit is so dumb. But anyways, welcome. There's a lot to cover, so let's get this video going. It has been confirmed that Rubris and Ariel are the same mech with Ares biometric code inside it. I guess you can consider it her soul if you will, since she didn't survive the harshness of space according to Prospera. It would make sense now, and I have convinced myself that Soleta is a clone from the unfortunate breathless body of Ares. I have a theory that Prospera might have taken Ares apart for the cloning process, but hear me out. I noticed that if not every time, most of the time Ariel would destroy someone, she would always sever the leg, which might be hinting on something. The news about the attack leaked, and with all the commotion spreading out, the three main branches of the BANDAI group has no choice but to elect a new president, with Shadiq wanting to run for the position. Miorine, on the other hand, doesn't care about the presidency, so she doesn't care who becomes the new president as long as they leave her alone. Back at the school, a lot of the students understandably left, and racism arises with the Earthian house being trashed pretty much every day. I kinda noticed based on Nika's interactions with Sabina, they can't really tell if a person is an Earthian or a Spacian, and yes, Sabina is an Earthian, which kinda makes me think that everyone in Shadiq's groups are Earthians, which would make sense on why they're actually helping him. Guel comes back. Miorine also comes back and informs the members of the Gundam Inc. that Nika is currently missing, but she also informs them that she has someone looking into it. While seemingly insignificant, this is the first time I felt like they were an actual company with each of them relying on each other. It was a great vibe until Prospera came. Ellen meets Soleta's sister. Sisters? It's the first time that Ellen meets Ares, and she tells him to get the fuck out, while creepily laughing. Creepy ass kids. One of the most anticipated moments of the episode is when Miorine and Soleta finally had some alone time. Soleta mentions that she's been doing everything Miorine asked of her, from tending to her garden to sending her emails 3 times a week. Miorine apologizes to Soleta for saying awful things and wanted to thank her instead, but the uneasy feeling of Soleta smiling about the situation takes her off. Miorine asks Soleta if her mom told her to drop everything, even her own dreams of making a school in Mercury, the company they've built together, and the friends she's with. Would she do it? To which she hesitantly said yes to, mentioning that her mother is always right, and if it wasn't for her, Soleta wouldn't have met everyone and go to school. What really nailed the coffin for Miorine is that Soleta is willing to use Gundams to kill if her mother said so, regardless of the promise they made to save lives with it. Miorine heads to find Prospera to confront her, and it's the moment where everything gets revealed. Prospera tells Miorine what really happened with the Vanadis Institute, about the witch hunt, about how Delling started it all, and how she wants Miorine to hear her dead comrades' voices begging for justice. Miorine tells Prospera to leave her and Soleta alone, but she proposes that Miorine should be the new president to continue Quiet Zero, since she's Delling's blood-stained child. Classic parenting, making the child guilty so they do your bidding. Personally, this episode was nuts. There's no intense fight, no unexpected reveals, just the anticipation of the interaction. I've been wondering how their next interaction would be like, and it's kinda similar. I didn't expect them to make amends at first, since the situation does contradict their vision of what the company was gonna be. I just didn't expect the whole conversation to revolve around Prospera. It does make sense, the series is setting her up to be the main antagonist with a vengeful backstory. To me, the only reason why she'd help Delling with Quiet Zero is cause she wants to be in control. She wants to be the god, to rewrite everything. I think in some way Prospera will get Miorine to run for president and beat Shadiq in the election, maybe by using Soleta as a bargaining chip. That or Delling will wake up before the election is finalized. I do have a feeling that Guel will also run for the election and win. The next episode is titled Precious Things. which makes me think that it'll be about Soletta contemplating on what's more valuable to her. That's it for the video. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're almost at 100 and I'm honestly excited. Take it easy. Peace. Oh my god, that whole tape.